Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Elohim Abanawa Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well and teach sound doctrine, who have the 100% truth, and peace and salutation to the elect scattered across the four corners of the planet Earth, which consist of you Negroes, Latinos, and Seminole Native American Indians, man. All right, as well as the speckled bird that come from the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but look like the heathen nations, man. All right. And what you see on the screen, okay, was published on the 29th of January 2022 by RT, which is an opposition to America's media. Okay, when you go into the word media, it goes back to a Greek god. Okay, because everything here in America is made after what? The Greco-Roman Empire, man. All right. And these RT, okay, which is operated by Russia, all right, they have been going back and forth with these Americans, okay. Russia and Americans are both Edomites, self-proclaimed white man, all right, and they're having issues with each other over, it says disinformation, so we gonna get right into it. Lord willing, it's edifying. It says failure of American disinformation revealed. Okay, why is the U.S. government pretending that RT is the only news outlet that makes mistakes, man? Okay, Elder Apostle Tahar always tells us, okay, to watch, don't watch American news because it's nothing but bullshit, and it truly is, man. Okay, it's a program, okay, and a program does what? Okay, it repeats and repeats and repeats the same thing all day long, man. And what does it do? It programs you, man. Your mind. It forces you to believe what's been taught. Okay, that's a source of Esau Edom's witchcraft. All right. It says a new U.S. government report has accused RT of spreading false narratives. However, in the process, Washington officials have exposed some untruths of their own. Far from being an isolated case, it's typical of the West's burgeoning disinformation industry. Whenever a new threat appears, be it ethnic conflict, weapons of mass destruction, terrorism, or anything else, the coffers of government open up and funds pour into state organizations, think tanks, and private experts in an effort to dissect the problem in question. So they're giving you a step-by-step process of what happens when the news comes on. When there's something going on in the news. It says that process rests on the assumption there is a problem. Consequently, the industry dedicated to it invariably favors the idea that it exists. Furthermore, an element of self-selection means that people who believe the problem is serious predominate over skeptics. Right. The result is a tendency towards threat inflation. All right. And eventually Esau Edom is going to do away with the internet, man. All right. Because this is the problem, okay? Nobody's tuning in to CNN, okay, Fox News. They said Joe Rogan's podcast has more viewers than all the news channels, all not put together, but I think he has like 11 million viewers. Meanwhile, CNN has 3 or something like that, and Fox has 8. Just showing you that nobody trusts, the government or, these news, because they know the news is paid off. It says this dynamic is clearly visible in the disinformation industry that has grown up in the past few years to counter Russia propaganda. It has issued report after report illuminating what its members believe is the dire threat that RT, Sputnik, and Russian fellow travelers and useful idiots opposed to Western democracy, man. Unfortunately, the quality of the output is often extremely poor. The information warriors imagine themselves as guardians of the truth. In their eyes, their interpretations of reality are objective and true, whereas alternative interpretations are biased and false, man. But what they fail to realize is that they are just as biased as those they criticize. The results are egregious. Okay, you're gonna look up that word because that's what we do. We look up words like the apostles teach us to, man. Tell us to be scholars. Egregious means shocking. Okay, the results are egregious errors of analysis and on occasion outright falsehoods, and this way an industry dedicated to fighting disinformation itself becomes a source of it. Right, we can see this is a report published last week by the U.S. Department of State's Global Engagement Center, a branch of government devoted to fighting foreign disinformation, titled Kremlin-Funded Media, RT and Sputnik's Role in Russia's Disinformation and Propaganda Ecosystem. Its fundamental complaint about RT is that it suffers from a lack of objectivity. This reflects the author's apparent belief, first, that there is an objective truth, second, that they are its guardians, and the third is that Russia is trying to undermine it. All right? But that's the point of this article, man. All right? And I'll probably leave this in the description box. Okay, that just show you, it's a lot of going back and forth over who has the truth, and by far Russia does, man. All right, I mean, they giving you the real news. They telling you about inflation. Okay, they telling you about war. Okay, meanwhile American news is focused on this fucking, this bullshit that's going on here as far as what happened in late 2019. Okay, they're still focusing on that, pushing that agenda. Okay. Now I got this other article. It says, I don't know that it's a crazy name. It says explains why RT is targeted in the West. The channel is being persecuted not but for being Russian propaganda, but for giving a voice to marginalized opinions. It says even though the West is trying to paint RT as a purveyor of Russian propaganda, its treatment of the channel shows it does not believe it to be just a propaganda machine. Okay, the West, by making these steps of trying to exclude RT, is basically displaying its fear of the possible influence of RT and even its trust in the power of RT, man. If they were sure that RT is just cheap Russian propaganda that nobody takes seriously, then they would have said, please, my God, allow them. That should have been their attitude, and then it will be like listening to some old Stalinist speech. People laugh, and nobody would be convinced. Okay, so America is afraid, man. The truth is out, man. Okay, we know that we're heading into a war, and that, okay, you keep forcing your way over onto Russian territory, man. And you had an agreement with the Russians that you would not expand NATO anymore, but you continue to do it. Why? Because you're a greedy bastard, man. Okay, who can never have enough. It says the most recent hostile act against RT came last December when the new round-the-clock German language channel RTDE was launched. The channel's YouTube page was blocked on the day of the launch, while the broadcast itself was taken off air by European satellite TV operator shortly after, under pressure from German media regulator MABB. And we know that Germany is part of what? Okay, Europe, which is part of the EU. Okay, and I think the history between Germany and Russia is that Germany separated from Russia. I could be wrong. Correct me on that. But they have a lot of hostility towards each other. They have a lot of history, man. All right, it says RT is targeted for being a platform where certain topics that the West would have preferred to keep marginalized receive coverage, he believes. Who has been referred as the most dangerous philosopher in the West, told RT that he himself has been marginalized, with only a handful of outlets daring to publish him. This is his quote. He said, let me be very clear. Often I do disagree with, let's call it the Russian line, with that with what is on RT, he said, but obviously I prove with my case that there are many topics where I can only express what I think if I publish it as a comment on RT, man. And that's the spirit, because I was going to do a lesson, on Esau Edom's YouTube, his, what you could speak on and everything. He doesn't want you to reveal the truth. Okay. This man has set up unrighteous decrees, Isaiah 10:1. It says such marginalized topics include showing support for the Palestinian cause, right? Even the most cautious attempts to do so often draw accusations of anti-Semitism, which these small hats like to do. They like to push that anti-Semitic when, Negroes, Latinos, and Seminole Native Americans, we are, we come from the line of Shem. Okay, you small hats aren't the only people that come from Shem. It says, citing the example of Harry Potter actress Emma Watson, who recently invoked the ire of Israeli diplomats for merely sharing an image of Palestinian activities. Another example of such marginalization is the case of WikiLeaks co-founder Julian Assange. Okay, and if you can look up Julian Assange, he had revealed information on the governments, man. And what did they do? They locked his ass up and did him dirty, man. Treated him like shit. And we know that these news medias in the West are backed by who, or ran by who? Esau Edom, man. The chief tribe of Amalek. All right. It says, quote unquote, that's his greatest contribution, not those messages of how the United States is torturing prisoners or killing soldiers who surrendered. We all knew this. The important work of Assange is how, as he once put it in a message to me, Google is really a privatized corporate form of the NSA, National Security Agency. How they collaborate in controlling us. It's not directly prohibited to say this, but it's marginalized. Okay. It says, I'm going to just say this, Zizek went on to argue that the concept of freedom is routinely replaced with the concept of liberty in the West. Okay? There's no freedom here. You have liberty, man. Right? Because freedom, you can do whatever you please. All right? Liberty, as interpreted by the West, allows individuals to be free only within strict bounds, while actual existential freedom is nowhere to be found. The West, quote unquote, the West likes to allow marginality, a serious protest here and there, so they can say you see everything is possible, but they take care that it should remain marginalized. The philosopher noted. Okay. In our everyday life, the freedom we enjoy, a peaceful liberal society, yes, you are normally free. You are formally free, but you are never free in this deep existential sense of being confronted with clear choices. We're caught in daily compromises. We follow what we desire, and what we desire is already manipulated, man. Okay, and this is why, they're going to do away with RT and all these other foreign platforms, man. All right, because the things these foreigners, these heathens say, they're right on about America, man. All right. Esau Edom is losing control, man. He's losing power. Okay, now this is the last article. This was posted on the 2nd of February. It says Russia announces retaliation over RTDE ban in Germany. It says Moscow has repeatedly warned the German authorities that it considers any politically motivated pressure on Russian media unacceptable. The foreign ministry said in a statement on Wednesday, officials were referring to the station around the RTDE channel. Earlier the same day, Germany's media regulator decided that authorities in Berlin Brandenburg were correct in declaring RTDE Productions GmbH, a German-based broadcaster, subject to the country's laws and regulations. Okay, so look at this. They doing some bullshit, man. Okay, either abide by their rules or they gonna, they not dealing with you. All right. And what these EU, in American news stations. It's certain things you can and can't say, like it's stated in the article before, man. Okay, you can't speak out against, the unrighteous decrees, or they're gonna what is that? They're gonna cancel you, cancel culture. Okay, they're gonna shame you for not believing in lies. It says a decision by the German media regulator is a clear signal showing that Russia's concerns have been demonstratively ignored, the foreign ministry in Moscow said, adding that such a step leaves Russia no choice but to take reciprocal measures against German press outlets certified in Russia, as well as internet platforms which have deleted RTDE accounts in an arbitrary and baseless way. And this is what the beast does: EU, NATO, and America. Okay, they keep, quote, they keep poking the bear, okay, not knowing that the bear supplies these European nations with natural resources as far as gas. So if you want to keep fucking with this guy, he can just stop doing business with you as well, because America already wants to put sanctions on them, okay? And Lord willing, I can get into another lesson on that. Russia and China are getting together against America because America is putting sanctions on them, okay? It says the ministry did not specify what particular measures will be taken. Earlier, it has repeatedly warned Berlin about an inevitable response in the case that Germany refuses to find a constructive solution to the issue around RTD's broadcasting created by Germany itself. The statement comes as Germany Commission on Licensing and Supervision, the central organ of Germany's agency, sided with regional mediator regulator MABB, which sought to shut down RTDE's media operations, citing an absence of a valid German license. Man, look at that, man. Nitpicking, all right, pulling shit out their ass. It says RT has been operating on certification secure in Serbia 2021, which allowed it to broadcast in various countries, including Germany, under the European Convention on Transfrontier Television, of which both Berlin and Belgrade are signatories. The German authorities, however, dismissed this as worthless, man. Okay, just like the NATO dismissed, their like they said on Scarface, my balls are my words, and I break them for nobody. Okay, but America has no balls. The NATO and the EU and America has no balls, man. Okay, so what does that mean? The word is not bond, man. All right. It says the broadcaster has not seen the level of opposition it faced from the German authorities in any other country in the world, RT Deputy Editor-in-Chief Anna Bilkin said on Wednesday. It says it appears as if the German authorities, politicians, and even media are really afraid of something, afraid of an alternative point of view that German-speaking audience can get access to on RTDE channel, man. All right, now I'm going to skim through this. She added that the Moscow-based Germany language will continue its work despite the German authorities demanding it to stop doing so. So not only via TV, but also via online streaming and mobile apps. Okay, so they're cracking down, man. Okay, they're tired of what is that, resistance. Okay, and this is why. Okay, when the EMP happens, that's gonna begin Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, and we are in the brink of Jacob's trouble. Okay, well, shit, with all this stuff going on, okay, even in Australia, they're talking about we're in a new world order already, man. I mean, look, they're not abiding by the Constitution or anything, man. All right, so while all this going on, what manner of persons ought ye to be, man? All right, it says the channel does have a license obtained in a fully legitimate way. RTDE Productions, a Berlin-based production studio which itself does not broadcast anything but only creates content for the Moscow-based channel, will challenge the regulator's decision in court, according to the deputy editor-in-chief. We believe we have good grounds to win this fight. Germany is the only nation in Europe that regulates online streaming and demands it be licensed like TV broadcasting. A regulator can demand that virtually any streamer obtain a media license if it has more than 20,000 simultaneous viewers on average over a period of 6 months, or offers linear broadcasting content that is journalistic and editorial by design, and it is broadcast under a schedule. Okay, now that's the point, man. All right, this is the book of Amos, chapter 8, verse 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, said the Lord, Yahweh Shah, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Shah. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from north even to east. They shall run to and fro and seek the word of the Lord Yahweh Shah, and shall not find it," man. Okay? And people are going to bug the fuck out once this internet goes down, man. All right, because you Babylonians have been accustomed to the internet. Okay, you use it for bullshit like social media, never for, edification. Okay, you use it for pleasure, man. Okay, and and this is all because of you, man. You Babylonians, all these things. Okay, all this wickedness and judgment is going on because you 2/3 of Negroes, Latinos, and Seminole Native American Indians, as well as you heathens, specifically Esau, Edom, man. Okay, a lot of wickedness is going on, and these are the steps to wiping away wickedness, man. Okay, these things have to happen. Why? Because the kingdom has to come. All right, the kingdom can't come if not, it doesn't just transfer easily. You have to go through shit. Okay, and the Lord is gonna put this world through shit even more, man. All right. Now I got this. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, verse 9. It says, "And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into its secret chamber." And that's what we gonna do. Okay. When I say we, I mean the prophets. Okay, the men who are pushing this truth in sincerity and meekness, that's commanded to do so by Yahweh Shah. It says, "And shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon the earth," man. So once all this truth is hidden, man, okay, a lot of shit is gonna happen, man. Okay, you're gonna have people starving for the truth, man. Okay, they're gonna be asking, why can't we go to the stores? But meanwhile, we've been telling you, you have to get the serpent juice in order to go to the store. Okay, you have to trust on this serpent and depend on him if you want to live in this country, if you want to live in this system. We've been telling you that, man. Okay, it says, "One land also shall ask another and say, Is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say, No, man." Okay, so these people are going to look for the prophets, man. But the Lord is going to shut up our mouths in those days. Okay, because what? Because we're going to be hid, man. The Lord is going to hide us, man. Because these people, or these Babylonians, hey, man, just imagine how Jake get when there's no food in the house, man. Okay, Jake gets mad, okay, especially when they got children to feed. Man, Jake is gonna do what he gotta do, man. All right, and a lot of, just ask your regular Jake, he gonna tell you, man, I gotta get it how I live, man, and that means by any means necessary, he's gonna do what he has to do, man. Okay, now I got this. And this is for you false prophets talking about it's no Jacob's trouble. Okay, nothing's gonna happen. Okay, that's bullshit, man. Okay, the scriptures say, in Sirach 39, basically a man, should be meditating on the prophecies, man. Roughly paraphrasing. And this is what you camps don't do. Besides GMS, the elders and apostles, start from Tahar on down, man. We focus on the prophecy, man. Okay, because the spirit of prophecy is the testimony of who? Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, this is Micah 3 and 5. It says, "Thus said the Lord concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry peace, and he that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him." Okay, against who? Us, man. All right, therefore night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine. And the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them, man. I'm going to read that again. Therefore night shall be unto you, okay, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine. And the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them. Then shall the seers be ashamed. Okay, and another word for seer is prophet. Okay, and you can get that in the book of 1 Samuel. Okay, then shall the seers be ashamed, and the diviners confounded. Yeah, they shall all cover their lips, for there is no answer of the Most High, man. Okay, so you false prophets, this is going to be your judgment day, man. Okay, because people are going to look for you, and they're going to ask you, why haven't you been telling them the truth? Okay, they're going to know that you're a false prophet, and these people are going to, hey, they're going to rip you a new asshole, man. Okay, these people are going to probably eat you alive, man, because there's not going to be any food, all right? And that's your judgment for leading the sheep of Yahweh Shem Yahushua astray, man, all right? And I got this. This is Psalms 74, verse 7. Okay, and this is what Esau Edom did, okay, to the temple. All right. It says, they have cast fire into thy sanctuary. They have defiled by casting down the dwelling place of thy name to the ground. They said in their hearts, let us destroy them together. They have burned up all the synagogues, okay, the temples of the Most High in the land. And what are these temples? Our temples is this internet, man. When we do these lessons and we feed the sheep, man, this is our temple, man. And Esau Edom wants to destroy this, man. Why? Because hey, we waking up the elect. All right, and he notices that he sees us out he sees the brothers out there on the corners pushing his truth, you know, trying to get the elect to come back home, man. All right. So what is he gonna do? He's gonna take it down, man. He's gonna burn down the temple, man. All right. It says, verse 9, we see not our signs. There is no more any prophet, neither is there any among us that knoweth how long, man. All right. So hey, we're gonna be hid in those days, man. Okay, Lord willing, we are of that number. All right, now I'm gonna read it again from the 7th verse. It says, they have cast fire into thy sanctuary. They have defiled by casting down the dwelling place of thy name to the ground. And the Lord's dwelling place, it dwells within us, okay, the brothers. But we feed the sheep through the internet. You can get that in Psalms 19. All right. This is what people come to learn, man. All right. This is why the internet was created, okay, to get the word of the Lord. It says, they said in their hearts, let us destroy them together. They have burned up all the synagogues of the Most High in the land. We see not our signs. There is no more any prophet, neither is there among us any that knoweth how long, man. How long to what? Okay, till we're out of here, man. How long we have to go through these things, man. All right. So, you know, I'm gonna close out with that, man. What manner of persons ought ye to be, man? Okay. Ephesians 5:15, man. Okay, being circumspect, man. All right, because, hey, things are speeding up, man. Something could possibly happen before the Passover, man. And my spirit had been telling me that for a couple weeks now. All right. So, you know, I'm going to close out with that. Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Kwam Yasharala, Abba Ball. Shalom.